Hey Korea, it's me, Brian Ju, and today is Thursday here in What's Poppin', and we're in the dungeon once again, which is the basement of the TBS building. And for those of you guys who aren't used to the Thursday shows, yes, that's where we actually broadcast from, is the basement. Now, you guys know that the first week from coming back from a vacation is slowly coming to an end. So a lot of you are probably like, oh, I just came back from a holiday week and it's too much work and I'm stressing out. But guess what? You have today, tomorrow, then it's Saturday again. So you guys get another 2-day weekend. So wait 2 more days. And I'm pretty sure you guys have something fun planned out. You know, go out with your friends. All you ladies want to go to the club. All you dudes want to play some sports and stuff like that. So it's only 2 days away. So bear with me, y'all. But right now we have a fun show packed for you guys. With me, of course, Eugene will be in the house for Poppin' News and also Paparazzi. Great stuff for you guys set up. But the first song of the day is a great song. It's got a featuring artist who I look up to. One day I'm hoping he'll feature on my album as well. This is Janelle Monáe featuring Prince, Giving Them What They Love. Check it out. It's the first song of the day. Welcome back to What's Poppin'. We're Brian Ju. We're on TBS efm 101.3 in Seoul and surrounding areas, and GFN 98.7 in Gwangju and 93.7 in Yeosu. Now, how do you get in contact with us? Pretty simple. You can send us texts, of course, to #1013 for a charge of 51. Send us a tweet to @TBS What's Poppin', or send us an email to efmpoppin@gmail.com. Also, send us a Kakao message if you add us as a plus friend, of course. That's TBS EFM as a plus friend. Also, we just want you to say hello. So if you don't have a request, you just want to say what's up, how your day's going, or hey, what's up, Brian? I feel good today. How you feeling? We want you guys to contact us ASAP. Alrighty. Also, some news about our open studio that airs every Fridays. We pre-record that on Wednesdays. So yesterday we recorded for y'all. That'll be tomorrow's show, of course. So if you want to be involved every Wednesday, send us an email to efmpoppin@gmail.com. And we hope that you guys show up. It's a fun time with Eugene, Olivia, and myself. So, it's a great time. Just be involved. What's poppin'? Anyways, we're going to get into the word of the day. Now, the first song of the day was called Giving Them What They Love. And we're so going to give you the easiest word that we could ever think of. I'll give you a hint. Give up? Actually, that wasn't really a hint, but I'm just saying it's too easy, so I'm not going to give you a hint today. Let's see. The word starts with a G, and that's it. I said I wasn't going to give you a hint, but that's the biggest hint right now. It's in the title. All right, y'all don't get it? It's pretty simple. The word of the day today is going to be give. Great, it's always great to give than to get. That's what I say all the time, especially during the holiday seasons. Everyone says it around Christmas time, but like, it's better to give than to get or receive. And it is. It's a great feeling when I give things to people as gifts on their birthdays or Christmas, and that reaction that you get from your friends and family, oh, thank you so much, Brian, is way better than actually receiving things. Of course, I'm not going to deny it. I love receiving things as well, but just the idea of giving and that reaction you get when you give gifts to people, that's a great thing. And today, that's what I'm doing. I'm giving y'all entertainment, y'all. Yes, I am. Now, with the word said, we're going to get into the next song. The next song also has the word of the day in the title. Now, our next song is by a very talented older woman now. Back in the day, I would have said young woman, but older. And she's a diva, man. She's a pop icon. This is Madonna. And of course, featuring the hottest producer right now out there on the market, Mr. Pharrell. Now, the funny thing about this, when Madonna debuted in 1982, guess how old Pharrell was? Pharrell was only 9 years old. So now, it's funny because she's like 50-something, and he's, 30-something, and they're finally working together. Yes, so check it out. This is Madonna featuring Pharrell with Give It To Me. That was Madonna featuring Pharrell, Give It To Me. Great track. You guys know today is Thursday, so that means Eugene will be here for Poppin' News. We're going to find out all the crazy news in the world, from some dumb criminals, crazy records, strange stories everywhere in the world. Of course, if you want to find out what's going to happen, stick around. But right now, we're going to get into the next song, and the next song is by one of the most, sexy diva groups from the 1990s that broke out into the R&B scene and dominated things, of course, with a positive image for African American women everywhere. With them, possibly Salt and Pepper, and this was the time for African American women in the music scene. Now, they say it's, slowly gonna end, but no, I don't think so. The era is gonna continue. The African American scene is gonna keep going, especially for the females as well. And at the time of this group, their popularity, of course, they were huge Huge. Actually, I loved them back in the day. And of course, you all don't know who I'm talking about because I didn't mention it. But the act that I'm talking about right now is En Vogue. But with En Vogue, we had Brandy, Toni Braxton, Monica. We had so many acts back then. You could say that the current top black female artist kind of owes something to the women of En Vogue, of course, for blazing a trail for African-American women in the music scene. And of course, you also have to say that En Vogue itself has a credit, even the classic singers like Diana Ross and the Supremes, Whitney Houston, and of course all the other artists that came back before the 1990s, 1980s, of course, because without them, these African-American female groups could not be out right now. Now, En Vogue, for lack of a better word, made their style of music in vogue at a time when there wasn't much to be happy about on the music scene between grunge and gangsta rap. So, let's give him credit for that. So here's En Vogue with Giving Him Something He Can Feel. That was the sexy ladies of En Vogue with Giving Him Something He Can Feel. Great track. But right now we're going to play the last song for the first half of our show, and it's by Rick Astley, Never Gonna Give You Up. So check it out. Last song, first half of our show. I'll be back with part 2, paparazzi, and all that good stuff. You guys are tuning into What's Poppin' with Brian Jew, but we'll be right back with paparazzi and Poppin' News. Welcome back to What's Poppin', and now it's time for paparazzi. Now, today's paparazzi story is about the Korean singer IU, who was recently in the news for false claims made by an unknown person for being married to Super Junior's member, of course, Eunhyuk, and being pregnant with his child. That's cray-cray, and of course, these rumors were not true. And the perpetrator of the false rumors has been caught. Yes! Now, producer Cho Young-chul from entertainment company tweeted on the 23rd, the perpetrator who spread IU's wedding rumors and other false accusations has been caught and confessed to this crime. He is also being investigated for his malicious hate comments. From now on, the malicious hate comments or any kind of defamation of character of our artist will be firmly dealt with. Yes, I try to sound like a news anchor dude, but anyways, this is great news, and I have to ask, why people make stuff up about celebrities, when it's totally untrue? Now, if you hear news and you know it's 100% true, then sometimes, yes, maybe sharing with the world may be okay. But if it's going to affect their career, make them look bad, ruin their lives, I say, keep it to yourselves, even if it's true or not. You don't want to ruin someone's life. That's not the way to go. Do you want people to ruin your life just because you're bored with your life and you want to start ruining other people's lives? No. Be wise, be smart, be respectful. Don't create false rumors about somebody. It's just wrong. And to be honest, I think you should go to jail for a long time and maybe get beat up a little bit. That's my personal thing. Anyways, let celebrities have a little bit of privacy. That's what we need, you know what I'm saying? Don't be all up in the business. Just love them for their music, for their movies, for their TV shows, for their variety shows, and stop being evil and making stuff up, alrighty? And since we're talking about the young, talented girl IU, who I think personally is a great singer, great young girl, worked with her a few times, but check it out. This is her song, of course, and the funny thing about this song is in the video, all my back dancers are her dancers as well. So it's a great song. Check it out. This is Marshmallow by IU. Welcome back to What's Poppin', and now it's time for Poppin' News. But before we get into the news, I thought it was funny because when I was listening to the song Marshmallow, I was thinking, what if I came out with a song like that? Would Koreans love me for that?
So you should come out with a song called S'mores, right?
I was thinking that, but I was thinking, okay, marshmallow is something that goes into a s'more. So what if I had a song like chocolate or whipped cream?
That'd be pretty interesting.
Whipped cream.
That's interesting.
So creamy.
Or you could even make one about like your favorite snack. I mean, I know you're into healthy eating and everything. It'd be carrots and cucumbers.
No, I love snacks.
Okay.
I ain't gonna lie. I had some cookies this week. Chocolate chip cookies. I love chocolate chip cookies. But I'm pretty sure if I came out a single like that,
yeah,
no one would like me.
I thought it was interesting, though. You just told me over the break that you and IU share the same dancers for that particular song.
Not for that particular song.
Oh,
I mean,
in general.
In general, yeah.
Okay.
So my dancers, because of that video, it's funny because if we travel overseas and, K-pop fans are all over the world.
Yeah.
Like, oh, Brian, we're your fans. I'm like, awesome. And all of a sudden they'll turn around, see my dancers, be like, oh my gosh, the Marshmallow dancers.
Wow,
I was like, no, they're not the Marshmallow dancers. They're my dancers.
That's amazing. I had no idea that everyone used
dancers can become famous
dancers
too because of music videos.
Yeah, well, there was a time when there was this group called Norajo, and they had the song
Of course.
Superman. And
I do remember that song.
I was watching it on the TV all the time, and I could actually recognize there was one male dancer in the back who changed his hair in a funky way every single music show he went on. So I kind of became a slight fan of his. It was pretty interesting.
Well, I mean, yeah, that's how dancers become famous, and a lot of dancers actually get picked up by labels later on, get trained vocally, and become singers. Like, Kim Jung-min from Coyote, he used to be a back dancer for Jong-hwa.
I did not know that.
And now he's a singer. See, I think
from After School too. Wasn't the lead girl? She was also a back dancer for Sondambi at one time.
Yeah, she was a back dancer for Sondambi, for other artists as well. Choreographer for Boa, and now she's part of After School.
Wow, it's a small world in K-pop. It's definitely interesting. But let's get into the news today. We got some pretty interesting stories. I know you like cars. Do you like cars?
Love them.
Do you like UFOs?
I don't like, per se, UFOs, but I do have a fantasy about learning about them.
Okay, so you think they look cool, right?
They look awesome.
They look awesome. Well, on a popular auction site, which we all know, begins with an E, there is a man named Michael Vetter from Florida who's selling his futuristic ETV, extraterrestrial vehicle. Basically, it's a regular car, which he has kind of modified, selling it for $100,000, but it looks like a UFO. I've included a picture.
I'm looking at the picture right now. There's no tires.
There are tires. They're under the body of the car.
Oh.
It's really, really quite amazing. It has a front and rear adjustable suspension, an $8,000 paint job, plasma lights, wireless remote system, and 3 onboard cameras with monitors.
Wait, so I'm looking at the picture right now. That's a very bad car to have in Korea because with the speed bumps and the bumpy roads, that bottom side would get all scratched up.
That is probably true, but apparently because the bottom of it is so low to the ground, when you go at really high speeds, it goes really fast. It has less torque or whatever. I'm not into cars, so I don't know the exact
But does float or something like a UFO?
It looks like it does, I guess, but no, it has regular tires, just like a normal car. So I don't imagine that it's too much different from driving a real car, but it looks really different and odd. And so if you want people to get your attention, maybe you should buy this car.
But you know what, Michael Vetter?
Yeah.
If he built a car that actually, when you speed up a little bit and actually elevates off the ground and floats like a hoverboard or something, I will buy it. I would.
How would you brake if you're not even connected to the road? That's something I would ask. Maybe it has like air brakes or rocket thrusters.
Yeah, exactly. You have to master that, of course. It floats. You can brake in the air. It's like a mini plane. If that's actually a device or a vehicle that he can make and come up with in the next year or two, contact me, dude.
Well, if you watch Back to the Future, we're supposed to have cars like that by 2015. That's only 2 years away. So
was that 2015? I thought it was like 2010 or something.
No, he went 30 years in the future from 1985, so it's 2015.
So we have 2 years till cars will be flying and we get hoverboards. Okay.
Yeah, hopefully. But let's go to the next story. This was a very interesting one. This comes from the Huffington Post.
Okay.
It's about a beachcomber who found an old message in a bottle. Now, you've heard about messages in bottles before, right?
Yeah, I mean, you see them in movies all the time, and pirates do it all the time back in the day.
Or
wasn't that the only way to keep in contact a long time ago?
I don't know if that was ever a way to keep in contact. Usually the people that do that would be people stranded on desert islands and they want to get a message out, So
if you don't got no cell phones or nothing.
Exactly.
SOS, help me, I'm on an island.
I mean, I don't know how effective that ever was, but in this case, it was somebody who was on a cruise ship in the year 1906 who... his name was the name on the bottle, or not on the bottle, but inside the bottle on the letter. The guy who found it, he could see it was by Mr. Earl Willard, dated September 29th, 1906. And
but are they sure it's from that date? What if it's like some kid joking around and writing those dates in the name?
Well, they haven't confirmed that yet, of course, so we don't know for sure. But definitely, if this is to be believed, it was tossed overboard 76 hours into an ocean trip from San Francisco to Bellingham, Washington. I guess that was the fastest way to get between Washington State and San Francisco at the time. It was found by Steve Thurber in British Columbia, actually. So it's in Canada. He is very close to Vancouver, right? So this is a really, really interesting story. He has said, though... that he has no plans to open the bottle just yet. But, of course, if he wants to get the world record for finding the oldest message in a bottle, he would have to open it.
Now, if this is a prank, it's a bad prank.
Yes, it is a very
Whoever's
bad prank.
pranking him. Yes.
But, the person who's doing the prank would, of course, have to find a really old bottle and then find a really old piece of paper and try to age it and everything, which I guess you could do. But he said he was just walking on the beach and he found it in the sand. So it was apparently floating for a really long time, and it just popped
good
up
thing
on the beach.
we got great technology and stuff like that, so scientists can actually do studies in the bottle.
Definitely.
And the piece of paper. And even the ink, probably, that's written on the paper.
They could do that, yes. But he said that he's waiting out because he wants to maybe go on the air on some talk shows. Maybe he could open up on the air, That would be really neat. Either way.
It would be, but could you imagine if you go on a talk show, you open the bottle, and Jay Leno was like, all right, we have this guy from something. We're going to open this bottle. He has his letter from way back when. And boom, they open it, and all of a sudden the letter goes, ha, gotcha.
Yeah, it would be funny if you open it up and it says, psych!
Exactly.
That would be hilarious.
I'd be really mad about that situation.
Well, it would be funny either way. It would make great TV, and that guy would
great TV.
Might be a little bit embarrassed, but I don't think I would really be that sad if that happened to me. I'd laugh about it.
But the person who wrote it should be caught by the police. Yes, that's the next song right now.
Good segue,
Since
Brian.
We are talking about a little message in a bottle. That's a song by the Police called Message in a Bottle. That was the Police, Message in a Bottle. But right now, you guys are listening to Poppin' News. And so what's the next news for everybody right now?
I'm glad you asked that. This is a very interesting story about a man who has to kind of do odd things to pay his way through college.
Okay.
Now, that happens a lot to a lot of students that they don't have, money to pay for college right away. So, of course, they work through college normally. But this guy's doing something very, very unique.
Okay.
Yeah, so his nickname is The Silo. His name is Eric Dahl, and he goes to the University of Wisconsin, and he has entered several pro eating competitions to pay for college. And you know what pro eating is, right? We talked about it a little bit earlier, I think, on this show, one of those days that I was on the air live with you.
Pro eating, like eating contests and stuff? Or?
Yeah, eating contests, and I guess you try to, eat as much as you can within a specific time, and then you get the prize money, right?
Okay.
Yeah, so he has already won $18,000 in
Holy,
prize
from
money.
eating?
Yes, from eating.
Oh my God.
That's actually on the small end. He's ranked number 3 in the world right now, but there was one time when he was ranked number 1 in the world. But, that is the small stuff. I mean, you can actually get even more if you do the more high-profile eating competitions, such as the Nathan's Famous Hot Dog eating competition in, I believe, Coney Island.
That sounds delicious right now. I'm hungry.
Yeah, it's delicious if you eat 1 or 2, but I can't imagine eating
Not in like 30 of them.
Yeah, well, these guys eat like
no.
80 or 90. It's ridiculous. It's redonkulous. But he was drawn into competitive eating in 2011, and he had his first thing was he had to eat a steak and cheese, a 3-pound steak and cheese sandwich in less than 10 minutes, and he was able to do it in 5 minutes and 50 seconds.
3 pounds is big.
3 pounds of steak and cheese is crazy. I mean, I don't even know if I could eat that sandwich entirely in one sitting.
Yeah,
because I'm like a bird. I don't eat that much. But yeah, his first paycheck apparently came from the Dickey's Barbecue Pit in suburban Minneapolis, where he earned $250 for inhaling 9 pulled pork sandwiches in 6 minutes.
Oh my gosh.
So 9 sandwiches in 6 minutes. This man is... you should call him the vacuum cleaner. I know why they call him the silo, because, silos have a lot of space in there and you could fit lots of food in it. But, I mean, definitely a vacuum cleaner. If you can eat that much food that fast... That is crazy. I mean, when you eat, obviously...
when I'm hungry, I can eat a lot, but my definition of a lot is not nearly as close as what this guy's eating.
Obviously.
But I do have a friend who sometimes when I eat with him, surprises me. He'll eat like 2 hamburgers, 3 tacos, some appetizers, and then when we're done, obviously from what he inhaled into his face, I'm thinking, you must be full. He goes, no, I could eat more. How can you eat more after eating all that food? I don't understand how certain people...
I bet you this guy is not very large either, right?
No, he's muscular.
Uh-huh.
He doesn't live in Korea anymore. He moved to the Philippines.
Right.
But he usually tunes in a lot. That's why I'm talking about you right now. What? But he eats a lot. I don't know how people can eat that much.
Well, I mean, if you're working out, though, like, you have a ravenous hunger, don't you? I mean, I remember back in high school when I played...
Every single meal's like that for him.
Every meal?
Pretty much.
But he's working out all day, right?
He had a double burger. It was like literally maybe 1 to 2 pound burger. He ate all the fries.
Yeah.
On the side, he ate the appetizers. He had some of my extra tacos that I ordered.
Wow.
On top of that, he had dessert, and then he wasn't even full.
He wasn't full at all.
But he said, "I'm content. I don't have to eat, but I could still eat. I'm like, I don't know.
That is amazing. And if he still tunes in, I salute you, man. That is crazy.
Seriously, if he was hungry, he'd probably eat you up.
Oh.
Yes.
Really?
If he's that hungry.
Yes, he'll eat me up like Boa, perhaps?
Exactly.
All right.
And that's the song we're going to play for you guys right now. It's the last song of the hour. We want to thank you guys for tuning in to What's Poppin' for Poppin' News and all that good stuff with me and Eugene. On behalf of all of What's Poppin' family, last song is by Boa called Eat You Up. This is Brian Ju and
Eugene Huang.
We'll talk to you and see y'all tomorrow.
All right. Peace.